Ziggy and Fred are dumbasses. Listen up, class. Just like we did last night when I showed the receipts that Fred was just pulling shit out of his ass, all kinds of lies. Um, you know, and about when and how long we lived there, and whatever else, long. Proved him, several lies throughout last night, all these things. What I did touch on was that Fred pulled a Fred on Fred Crime, okay, last night, because I know things about certain pics and stuff and things that yeah, I knew before even law enforcement. So, like I said last night, um now Fred and that says, oh yeah, they had the dates and all sort of stuff on them and whatever. And yeah, now here's the problem. For starters, Fred was supposed, him and Laura were supposed to be gone at a certain time now, weren't they? Right? They were running late. Y'all remember the story, to go to the scrapyard, it closes at 4 something. They were getting very close to that. And they left out at like 3:30. So even if on the 15th he'd seen Andy coming in and out. Now remember, that changed from a truck to a this to whatever, being with a girl in another type of car. Then now he's on the soul, right, of mine. And so anyway, either way, and Fred did not come back in until well after the helicopter and everything else was up on the 15th. After dark. Okay. So Fred was gone there quite a while that day, and I do remember hearing Fred and them leave, okay, that day. So anyway, and the little pauses and weird shit in between as they were making their way out of Ben Hill. And they're speaking over, and Fred and Laura then later on tried to say, Andy was in a truck with a girl. Andy was in a car with a this. And no, he was in a whatever, in a plane, a train, whatever, right? Now it's the Kia of mine right here. And I'm like, okay. And it's real weird considering what they've always said, but they were supposedly not in the hollow, right? Um, they make sure they're poofed out of there, right, with the car thing and hauling whatever. But yet, Fred knows all the things that were going on in the hollow. And Fred did not come back into Ben Hill that night until after helicopters were going, all bullshit. He's the reason traffic was able to actually break up. He kept his eyes straight and talking about him. He pushed his way past 10 because he didn't have an ID, driver's license, etc. But they were like, fuck it. We know Fred, we'll just let him on through. I mean, he was just like, fuck all the others, hell raising up.
I guess, but I was like, I told him it's hard for me to want to talk to Andy because, like, I can't believe him because, like, he tried to tell Ryan, basically, he tried to tell Ryan that, that, that incident was a different day.
Yeah, that's what he tried to tell him, but there's he was on camera and stuff, and I even had to, like I told Ryan, I had to confirm that it was Andy on that day on camera in the Kia to the TBI.
What do you mean you had to confirm? Like did they show you a picture?
Yes, they showed me pictures, and I had to confirm who they was. Several pictures.
Wow, so they showed you video?
They showed me pictures that the camera had took.
Wow.
And they was dated on that day.
Wow.
And this is where I fucking start hee-haw laughing. And there's a reason I started hee-haw laughing. You gonna listen to that again? Let's listen to it. it gives me great joy.
Yeah, so
No.
I learned today that he talked to Andy, and which is it's okay. Andy, I guess, did.
Do you remember the original point of contention is Fred's put this bullshit out to Ziggy in the way back, right? That, and Laura, once she came into play, that they seen Andy in a train, a plane, a car. He was in the back of the hall, la la la, right? Right? Andy came on at a certain point and was like, motherfucker, a few days before that, day before that, I went up there looking for, I don't know, a dog or something, I don't know, but he'd been up there. And actually, it was maybe the day before when he was, I think maybe Monster Gone said it was the day before on the 14th when he was going back and forth for other family things like that to do with the Dobbs situation. Okay? And I know that he did. But that was the day before Summer Events.
They showed me pictures that the camera had took.
Wow.
And they was dated on that day.
Wow, and that was the same person. So some of them was from was Andy from when you had seen him that day. That same during. Holy shit!
Indeed, Ziggy. Holy shit. Because, see, to my ears, that lets me know that Ellie's fucking with Fred. I, too, have seen all these things. And I know things about that, that clearly Fred does not. And I knew them even before law enforcement did on June 15th. I also know the vehicles that went in and out of that fucking road that day. Ish. Right. If Dummy and Stahl or Belser ever in a car anywhere in there, then it was probably dope related, and then it would have had something to do with Fred himself. But that would also be known. Either way, I know shit about that, and I knew it before law enforcement did. On June 15th. And that Fred apparently is unaware of. Not of Monster, but of others and such. And, you know, something that Fred does not know. Otherwise, he'd probably rethink tossing it out into the room. And not realizing, maybe he does, I don't know. Like I said, it could be shit fed out to see what shakes, but it's never really been anything that I had conversations with LE about, but I know that they're aware of it. And I was aware of it before they were ever shown things. So I'm aware of certain shit around that stuff. Nobody ever asked me. I think it's important.
Exactly what time I come in.
Oh, I can give you like down to the minute when he came in. I'm pretty sure I even have videos of it, but it's fine. I don't know. I feel like phone was in hand, but because of helicopter noise.
I mean, you could be super important to the Summer World case and end up writing a book someday. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I am pretty important to that case, really.
Yeah.
A lot more than anybody ever knows.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Except me.
A day don't go by. I play that day over and over and over in my head and try to figure out what clue that we missed. And I feel like it happened the day before. Yeah.
Then what was he doing down there on that road that day on the 15th?
I don't know. Hey, Andy or who?
Andy, yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. The truck followed him back out. He's like, he went in because the truck had went in
Yeah.
and must have been looking for him. And then it followed him back out. He more or less went in and got it.
But did they stay back? But could they have done an exchange or anything back there real quick?
They could have. They very well could have.
See, that's the thing. Why would Andy? It has to be like if something happened the 14th, then why do you think something happened the 14th?
Well, I'm trying to think how to say it. Just things that Jody Sue and Andy had said and stuff on the 15th, on the evening, it's all been recorded. But just some stuff that they had said, stuff that made me, and the law even thinks that too.